tomorrow is Super Bowl Sunday. Yesterday, we put out an episode talking about our predictions for that Super Bowl. But in this episode, we're going to be talking about our betting tips that we have and some of the bets that we might make going into the Super Bowl. For that, Nick Bell is back in the house. We got Colin and Roman here, the usuals here as well.
Hey, what up?
Giving our betting tips. Who's got the first one?
I'll go first. I mean, we're going to talk about the main kind of spread. We're going to talk about the 1.5 spread between Kansas City and San Francisco.
It's just a pick 'em.
And we're just going to do over under 54 points. So let's start off. I mean, I'm going to take Kansas City by the 1.5.
Are you taking the over 54?
No, I'm taking the under 54.
Mm-hmm.
Total
because
points.
I feel like 27-27 is a pretty high scoring game,
especially in a Super Bowl.
So I'm always going to play. I feel like playing it safe is taking the under. So I will
That's
be taking
fair.
the under. So
That's fair.
Give
So
them
I think
you're going to take the spread, though, yeah. Spread on the Chiefs?
Yeah, spread on the
Okay,
Chiefs.
okay.
So they win by 1.5, and then you take the under of 54.
Not good payout. It's at 190 payout, so not great. But
my strategy for this Super Bowl is I'm limiting myself to $20 to be bet, but I'm making a bunch of small, medium risk bets. So for example, there's only going to be one Super Bowl MVP, but I'm going to toss $2 on Patty Mahomes, $2.50 on Mostert, $2.50 on Kittle, and $3 on Bosa. My understanding is I feel like KC has a decent chance to win, but I feel if KC wins, the MVP is going to go to Patrick Mahomes, and the odds on that are not even really worth betting on.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm tossing a little bit of money on 3 49ers players to win MVP, because I feel like if the 49ers win the Super Bowl, Garoppolo isn't going to have like 300 yards, like 3 TDs. I don't think Garoppolo is going to do that. So that's why I'm picking Mostert, who's at a plus 700, Kittle at a plus 1400, and Bosa at a plus 2200. So, and I'm doing little mini bets, which will give me payouts
no
of
Richard
like
Sherman in that one.
no Richard Sherman. It's almost always an offensive player. If not, it's historically been a D lineman.
What about Deebo Samuel?
Ooh, that's a hot take.
That's an interesting one.
I
That's
was
an interesting
thinking
one.
Before we started, that Deebo Samuel was one of my picks for MVP for San Fran.
That's an interesting one.
It's at what's his 29. So what? That's a good amount of money. $1.
$2,500.
$29.
Not bad at all.
So his is $2,500. So if you throw, let's say like $2.50 on Deebo Samuel, your payout $65 if he wins MVP.
So
that's my strategy
bad,
just
huh?
for the MVPs so far.
MVP wise, I'm probably looking at. I think MVPs are like pretty good bets because you can put like a dollar on a couple guys and it's a pretty good payout.
Yeah.
If they had to, hey, you never know.
I think Nick has kind of convinced me over the last couple hours to go for the under in this one. I think because the occasion, the Super Bowl, I'd probably go like on the main cards. I'd take the point spread for the Chiefs. It's 1.5. I think you're just better off. Yeah. Just taking the point spread, and I'll probably go with the under. Kansas City covering the spread and the under 54.5. 27-27, like you said, it's a bit of a high-scoring Super Bowl.
Bit of a reach, eh?
From my understanding, like Super Bowls aren't that high scoring. It's more of like every single possession counts. Like
Just worried about Mahomes is involved.
He's such a wild card. Like he can explode at any time.
He
That's the
can
only
like
thing.
almost hit that by himself sometimes.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can hit like 50 points if he really wants to. I don't think it'll happen in this game against this defense, but we all know that Mahomes is very well capable of exploding for 2 touchdowns in a minute.
Yeah,
that's one thing. Like that's the only thing.
Let's
holding
look
me
at
back
the
from that
Chiefs.
bet
The
there.
Chiefs in the playoffs, they won 35-24, so they would have hit the over there, and they won 51-31. Like when the Chiefs are involved, there's some points on the board.
When the Chiefs win, they score a lot, but they also their defense hasn't been that great.
The 49ers beat the Packers 37-20. That would also get it. That's
but
that's
we're
a
seeing
high-scoring
Mostert
game.
run for 4 TDs. We're not going to see that again. I'd be very surprised if we see that again.
I mean, I guess everything changes in the Super Bowl, so it's tough. So I think that the safer bet is going on the under, but
I agree.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that go wrong.
All right, let's get into the more important bets, like the color of the Gatorade. That is
Oh
getting
my
showered.
goodness, dude! I have no idea.
Okay,
I have no
What's the
idea.
take?
Well,
color we
Betway's
saying?
got it lined up for orange. I would probably go orange regardless. I think Gatorade. I'd go for the shower though. The problem is we were discussing this before. The players are probably drinking orange or
And
yellow
lime. I think
because
orange.
those go down a little bit easier. So maybe they're gonna be dumping the blue
Or the red.
or red if it's there because if you're a Chiefs and you win, you dump the red because the Chiefs. Same with the 49ers. I guess they're red. Would you say so?
That was the red.
That one's a tough bet. But $6.50 on orange Gatorade. Maybe throw a little bet on that.
Yeah, there's so many other colors that you can have, right, in the Gatorade bottle.
Well, how about the national anthem over under? What is it?
Over under a
158?
minute 58.
158.
Over.
Who just? I swear someone pulled up a stat that said that every prior Super Bowl anthem has been
Yeah, I
under
saw
2
that.
minutes.
I'm pretty sure
Under
I saw
2
that
minutes?
on Twitter. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
but
sure.
under
We're
two
talking about
minutes.
Demi Lovato.
Okay,
We're talking about
dragging the
here's-
7 to the
No,
8.
no. I had a bit of a heated discussion last week with Nick about this. We were saying Demi Lovato's not a tremendous singer, but so she's probably not going to extend the notes too long to get over 158. But then somebody made a really good point. Does Demi Lovato know that she can't sing? Or does she think she can sing to a point where
She can
she's
hit
going
those notes
to
for
drag
longer.
it out because she's thinking, oh, I'm
a
the,
great
I'm
singer.
the
She's
shit out
dragging
here.
the
You know what I'm
sound, yeah.
saying? I don't know. That's
think-
what you gotta think.
Okay, so I think she's gonna drag it out. Why wouldn't you drag it out?
I don't know. I feel
Maybe
like
she's got
It's
some
the
bets on the
biggest,
side.
dude. It's the biggest game of the year.
I feel like
Americans are
like-
just getting
I feel
hard
like-
listening to their anthem.
I feel like she won't because a lot of people are gonna be the last note. They kind of like hang on it for a long time.
Please,
They keep going, so that the boys are sitting there with the timer. Stop. Taking the under or like keep going. Come on, hold it.
You're going to know right after she says her first word.
Yeah.
That's how
long
you're
it's
going to
gonna
know how
be.
long it's going to take.
Yeah.
Look, Demi Lovato isn't a tremendously talented singer. I just don't think she's going to drag out like in front of that many people. This is what top 2 most viewed sporting event, or if not the first ahead of the World
It's
Cup.
up there.
there.
It's it's either World Cup or Super Bowl. That's the most viewed. So, look, is she willing to almost embarrass herself? She might be playing it safe here. It's the Super
I
Bowl.
don't know.
You play it safe in the Super Bowl,
She
right?
is- I don't know. She hasn't I haven't heard Demi Lovato's name in such a
She
long time.
was relapsing on drugs and stuff.
Yeah,
and-
so maybe going over the 2 minutes makes her. And I'm not gonna say more relevant, but you know what I mean. Like it puts her name out there. You know what I'm saying? So maybe she goes over
it's
2
bad
minutes.
publicity. It's publicity.
It's
It's getting her name out
publicity,
there.
yeah.
All publicity, good
Do you
publicity.
think she messes up a word? There's betting for that as well.
No.
No.
I would go the under on the 158
I'm
anthem.
going over.
I would go under.
All right, let's get back to more serious.
That is
notes.
serious. What are you
That's
talking
not
about?
serious. That's not
Let's go. Game goes into overtime. You put $10 down. You win $90 back. Game goes into overtime. Yes or no?
No.
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 No. Here's
Not a
one.
bad bet.
Here's one.
No.
Here's a prop that I wanted to pull up. I was talking to Nick and Jacob about this last night. The over under for player rush yards for Jimmy Garoppolo is 4.5.
No. Don't even.
No,
I'm really tempted
As
to
as
take the over.
As funny as it is, over the course of the season, they've played 18 games.
Six.
He's done it 5 times.
Yeah, he hasn't done it that many times. He's reached like 7, 9 once, but the most is like 3, 4,
What are,
5.
what are the odds? By the way.
Negative 110. If you take the over, it's 110. If you take the under, it's 130. I'm taking the over on that. I think Jimmy G's gonna have to scramble at least once in this game. You don't think he's gonna have to scramble at least once and
I
get
give
a
you
5
that.
yard?
I think it's at least one. It's a 5 yard.
You don't
But
think
man,
so?
The
No,
fact that he's
he
only
can't
done
run,
it,
bro.
The fact that
He
he's
can't.
only done it 5 out of
Okay.
18 times is alarming to me.
I just think it's the Super Bowl. You don't necessarily like. You're not doing the things that you've normally done in the season. Like in the Super Bowl, if you have to rush for 5 yards to get a first down, you're doing it. I don't care who you are. If you're Jimmy G and your receivers are not open and you need a first down, you know he is running with his pretty face down towards the first down line.
Pretty face.
You gotta act
My
like you just didn't
lord.
say that.
I think the over on 4.5 yards is just, even though the odds are pretty much nothing, I still think that's an interesting. I thought it was funny that it was 4.5 yards.
I think it's a stretch, but I would be interested to see
Yeah,
what the
even
passing yards are.
If you put $20 on Jimmy G on the over, you return 38. So
on that. It's
How
not
much?
a great bet.
it's not a great bet, but
No.
How much?
if
do
you
get?
put 20, you get a
I-
return of
I
30.
would-
so it's just pretty
it's
much
not
you
a
get half
I'd
great-
your money
sooner
back.
see my money go elsewhere, to be honest.
That's
Like
what I'm
I would
saying.
put $2 on that maybe at most.
$2?
Yeah, like
yeah.
but
Well,
that
You would
return
return
380.
380.
Yeah,
That'd be
it's
nothing.
not
There's
really a
even-
bet.
So it's a little bet. It's a little bet that gets you that little money. Why not, right? What?
If-
You're telling
Hey,
me
if we're
I
saying
guess.
it's that,
if you're telling
if I'm saying it's gonna happen, then it's gonna happen.
you think so, eh?
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's a prediction. Okay.
Or do I take the under?
Yeah. See, exactly. That's what I said. Okay. So now we move on to the passing yards. So for both of them combined, I'm pretty sure I saw it
I'll
yesterday.
check.
It was. I think it was.
Player passing yards.
Yeah,
So,
so
for
it's-
Jimmy G, it's 238. For Patty, it's 302.
I think there's a thing where you can combine both of them and it's under 500.
Oh,
So like,
What would the odds on that be?
I don't know what the
Maybe it's like
total
total-
passing yards.
Where you see that?
Is it up here?
Total.
Uh,
I don't know. Total pass attempts.
Pass completions. Total rush yards. Why don't they have it? Oh, right there. Total pass yards.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so the total pass. Yeah, so
540.
540.
Oh.
You're gonna tell me that? That's tough. I get the over gives the advantage because it's 130 rather than 100, right?
I would take the under on that.
I don't know.
540. I would take the
540
under on
is a
that.
lot, man. You're
I'm
asking-
taking the
I'd go
under on that.
I'd go
I'm
the
going
under.
under.
I would go with the under.
Looking
on
at
that
like
one.
who you're dealing with here, I think you gotta go with the under.
that's like 260 each.
game
maybe.
to go to
Yeah, but-
overtime.
One
Oh,
is,
sorry, 270.
but one is gonna be getting a lot more than the other.
Mhm.
There's no secret there.
We're not gonna mention who's getting the more.
you know,
but-
Oh.
one of them is gonna get more than the other. We'll let you decide which one that is.
$5 on the game going to overtime. You make 45.
I just said that.
I know you did.
I don't know. I don't like that.
I don't know. I don't like that either.
I don't like.
You guys
that.
wouldn't give
I
it.
don't
You
like
wouldn't.
that. I don't
You're gonna
like
tell
that.
me that you wouldn't take that as a little bet, like on the side. Like, what are the odds? Like, these teams are. Let's say, okay, we mentioned our previous podcast that these teams are pretty much evenly matched, right? So why wouldn't you take the OT on a smaller bet and win big? Because the $5 payout or the $5 payout wins 45. So I'm telling you, these teams are.
I'd rather look. What I'm thinking is, I'm going. Like I said, I'm gonna go Chiefs. Chiefs to cover. I'm also gonna go Chiefs to cover plus the under 54.5. I might throw some money on the Gatorade being orange for the shower. Just for the joke, a couple bucks there, and then I'm gonna do some MVP picks. I'm really gonna take a couple like $1 on a bunch of sleeper MVP picks.
So let me
Maybe
know
one
the sleeper MVP picks. Tell
Well,
me.
I'm liking Deebo Samuel, even though I think Casey's gonna win. Like I don't mind like $1 on Deebo Samuel returns $29. So that's not a bad bet. I probably put a little bit on Mahomes just because I think he's gonna get it anyway. Maybe like $1 on Mostert, $1 on Kittle, Damian Williams. Like we said in the last podcast, they're gonna try to make Casey win it on the ground, and they're capable of doing that with Damian Williams. So if Damian Williams scores like 2 or 3 TDs, and we think it's gonna be a low scoring game, like what if Damian Williams has 2 out of the 3 TDs that KC scores, right?
It's fair.
MVP.
Right?
That's fair.
Has there been a running back in the last couple?
I didn't. When we read them, I didn't see the name.
No,
No,
running
that's
backs?
the thing.
That's
No.
that's a tough call then.
Running back. The last time there was a running back as a Super Bowl MVP was 1998. Terrell Davis for the Denver Broncos.
Wow, Terrell Davis.
Maybe I'll reconsider that.
Honestly, like I mentioned, it's any kind of given Sunday, right? It depends who wants to go off. I mean,
It's
no
so
bet-
hard to. It's so
no
hard.
bet. I mean, I get the quarterback is favored, but nothing's out of.
Here are
Reach.
my two actual sleeper picks. McCole Hardman, $1 on McCole Hardman to MVP returns $81.
I know. I've already put money on Hardman.
I'm definitely
Oh,
putting
I
it on
got
hard.
you.
And Mostert had a game a couple weeks ago. Why not Matt Breida? $1 returns 67. Matt Breida MVP.
You make your money back on all your bets.
That's
Like,
what I'm
it's-
saying. If you
that
throw
is
like
sleeper
$1
bet.
on all these MVPs, you have a better chance of hitting one than making all your money back.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's a
see,
good
so
point.
why wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Terrell
Like
Suggs.
I think that the best way to bet on this is to look at some MVP candidates.
Yeah.
Like maybe pick like 3 or 4. Like
Toss $2 on them?
yeah, you
Can't
can
hurt.
If you
score
land
big.
on one, that's like $100.
Or
Man,
maybe,
if
or
I-
maybe
put on.
6.
Man, McCole Harmon, you put $2 McCole
Maybe
Harmon.
six.
You get 134. $2 on Matt Breda, 134.
McCole
Wow.
Harmon returns 160.
I think you're convincing Colin to throw a lot of bets right now.
Yeah, you are.
No.
He's
I'm
getting
just
pretty
too
antsy.
much.
Yeah, my
Hey,
mom,
hey,
my mom's
hey.
be listening. She's gonna be cheese listening.
Sorry,
to this.
Mom.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
Are we allowed to like promote betting? Is that a thing?
I don't think
I mean, I do it.
Hey, who are you betting on? Hey!
That's right. That's what I mean.
I mean, like, why? I mean, why wouldn't you? We're just giving our take. I mean, we're not telling you to bet. I mean, this is just our kind
we
of
don't
take.
condone betting, but
Yes.
if you are betting, we
Yeah,
condone
this-
these bets.
These are the hot takes, and this is what we, this is what we're gonna be betting in the next 2 days, right?
I'm just watching Jacob throw a lot of bets right now.
Yeah, this is getting kind of scary.
He's
I know,
He's just
this
clicking
is-
it in.
This is so nerve-wracking. I need to like.
I'm putting
I
a-
need to
I'm-
know what bets to place.
All right, this is what I think I'm lining up with. Okay, I have it all set up here. I got Chiefs covering the 1.5. I got the Chiefs covering plus the under 54.5. I got $2 on the orange Gatorade shower. I got $1.
Where'd you find the Gatorade shower? Is it on Bet365?
Betway.
Oh,
Bet-
Betway.
I got McCole Hartman MVP $1. Matt Breda MVP $1. Debo Samuel $1. George Kittle $1 returns 13. Raheem Mostert I think I'm gonna go $2 returns 14. Those are my bets. Those are what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
But I'm liking the McCole Hartman
Okay,
McCole Hartman sleeper pick.
So can we get a total of what you're spending and what the total amount of money you're making off these bets are?
Well,
Just a
38.
little,
I'm putting down 38.
okay.
So I mean, obviously they can't all come true, but the
You're hoping that.
Okay, let's hear best case scenario.
best case scenario, KC covers, gives me, I'll be 9 in the green, and then they also are on the under, which puts me 50 plus that 9, so I'm 59 in the green on that. If I get the orange Gatorade, that's 9 more in the green, and then if McCole Hartman gets MVP, that's $80. So that, like, I could be
Not
wrong
bad
on
at all.
everything
Not bad.
except for
McCole
McCole Hartman,
Hartman.
and I'm doubling my money.
Money talks, eh?
Hey, the
Money
money
does
does talk.
Money does talk.
So
Hey,
some tough bets here, but there it
This,
is.
this sounds like music to my ears, though. Hey, listen to this.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be a stretch for McCole Hartman to get MVP, but man, like, it's possible.
I just feel like for Hartman to get MVP it's such a possibility because that slot corner in San Francisco, like I couldn't tell you the other corners other than Sherman. I couldn't tell you the other corners' names, and I feel like getting beat deep is such a possibility.
Hardman's speedy, dude.
He's the speediest Tyreek Hill. He's like
Yeah,
Tyreek Hill.
he's fast as hell, man.
Yeah, man. So like
I think Sherman's gonna be on Tyreek a lot of the game. He's
Yes.
gonna have to be, and then
so.
that's why I think Kelsey's gonna get a lot of touches too.
What about? I don't think Sammy's got the speed.
No,
as
I
much
don't.
as-
I don't. I think Watkins is a shell of what he was.
He
Still-
was
still-
a
He's
beast.
still good, but he's
Still
not
a
as good
baller.
as he used to be.
Still a baller. Still a baller.
So, what do you guys think? What's your lineup for this one?
So I'm in the same boat as you, Jacob. I'm like, I think the MVP thing could be a big payout. So I'm tossing $2.50.
2.5.
Yeah.
What do you got throw? What's the point of the half? Throw 3.
You might as
What's
well
the point of that half?
You might as well do 251 if you're gonna do 250.
Why don't I do 252?
Okay, do 250.
Fine, I'll do 252. Fine.
I'm still
Increases my payout by 15 cents.
Why are you not throwing 3?
There you go.
53. Oh, we're up $1 now.
Oh god. Okay, tell me
All
the
right.
other bets.
Okay, so I've got 250 on Nick Bosa, George Kittle, Mostert, and Debo Samuel, and McCole Hardman, all to win MVP. All those returns are, well, the only one that's like the most likely is Mostert, which would be a return of $20 for a $2.50
It's not
play down, which is still good. And then I've got like 37 return on Kittle, 65 return on Debo, 134 return on McCole Hardman, 57 return on Bosa. I think those are all. I don't think they're like.
Reach. They're not
Yeah,
reach.
I don't think it's a reach to say that they have a chance to win MVP. It's obviously it's one game. You have to get lucky. You have to hope that they ball out and other things. But I think those small bets are fine. Then I'm gonna maybe do $10 more somewhere else. I don't know, but yeah, like a lot of the odds are not like too like good. Like a lot of the odds are just like
That's why you gotta bet on the more obscure stuff.
yeah, I know. It's hard to find the more obscure things to bet on.
There's one bet I'm looking at right now that I like It's a reach, but it's Mostert to score the first TD and the last TD. You throw $5 down, you get a payback of
Yeah.
$270.
I need
It's
to
a reach, but
It's a reach. That means San Francisco's probably got to be.
they have to have first possession.
They have to have first possession,
I'm scared
and
Casey's
you're,
scoring.
and you're betting on, and they have to.
Well, just
score.
because you have first possession doesn't mean you score first.
That's what I'm saying. But like,
I mean, I don't think it's a terrible bet because I'm betting on Garoppolo not to throw the ball. So
that's so tough. This is tough.
Colin, you brought up one a couple of days ago about Raheem Mostert. There was one like if he got the first TD and
I know.
San Fran
I'm
were
trying to
up
find it.
by between 4 and 6 at halftime, there was like a big payout. And you were thinking,
Yeah, it was.
I just think that's
I'm
so unlikely, man.
If Mostert scores the first TD and if San Fran is leading by like 3 to 6 at halftime, it's like a huge payout.
3 to 6.
Yeah.
That's just odd.
Well, you put $2 down,
Oh,
you
I
make like
understand.
$200. It's not that bad.
Alright.
I just need to find where it was. I forget where I
We're
found
acting
it.
like we're not turning $2 into $200.
I know.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, no, it's not bad.
yeah, well, if you win, it's not bad. But if you
If you
don't,
lose, it's another
if
If you
story.
don't, first half touchdowns three-way. Like I need to find where it was because I can't remember where I found it. Teams-
regardless. There was another good one on Mostert you were talking about. If Mostert gets the first TD and the last TD
Yeah,
of the game.
I just talked about that one.
Oh my bad.
I don't know
my
what the
bad.
hell you were. You sat beside me here.
I zoned out.
But yeah, so I said I'm gonna drop $5 on that bet. It's a payback of $270.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting bets you can take.
Where the hell were you?
I'm promoting right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
On
I
my phone.
apologize. Okay.
I think MVPs and like just the outrights are kind of the way to go here.
Yep, I agree.
Is there anything on commercials or the halftime show?
Not that
How about
I've
the coin
seen.
toss?
Ooh, the coin toss.
I know
That's a
it's big
big
in
bet.
Vegas.
I always
A
go
lot of
tails. Tails is always.
Tails.
Tails is always.
Tails
where
never
it's at.
fails,
Tails
baby.
never fails.
Heads always fails.
What are you saying? I don't. You got any more bets to talk about?
Oh,
I
that's
think
all
we've
I
covered,
got.
I say, let's talk about the under 5.5 sacks. You guys take the under or the over on that one?
I'd
Under.
go, like in the
I'll
whole game.
take over.
Either team.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
take
taking under on
I'll
that
take
one.
over on that one.
That's just because you want both to win MVP. But I'm saying like.
Well,
the
yeah, I
under.
obviously want both of them.
Both set MVP.
I can't find that Mostert bet.
Has a Rook ever won MVP?
I don't know.
No,
I
there's
imagine
no way.
at some
I
point.
doubt it.
Isn't Mahomes the youngest one to win MVP and win a Super Bowl? He's 24.
If you,
Or is
if
it
you-
Big
if you
Ben
were
win-
to win.
if he wins this week?
Probably. I don't know.
I think the last one to do that was Big Ben too, because Big Ben was pretty young. But
Yeah, because Big Ben won his rookie year, but he didn't get MVP for the game.
who got MVP? Hines Ward.
I think
yeah.
so.
Yeah, it would have been him then.
I think so.
Yeah, because Holmes is the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been Heinz Ward.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, what were you putting for the total points?
Lord.
We said under 54.
Under
So
54 and a half.
You take like that to there.
No. It's on the main props. So you take Kansas City and you bunch them together, so you get a bigger payout.
Yeah. Kansas City to cover, and you take that the under as well. All right. I don't think we have anything else to talk about, so we will end it there. Thank you for listening to the Amateur Hour Sports Podcast. If you are here, if you're taking any of our suggestions for the bets, let us know. And then, if they go well, they don't go well. We're not saying take any,
Hey, we don't condone betting.
We don't condone betting.
Yes, we do
But
not.
if you do bet, we condone these bets that we're giving you.
Yes.
Thank you for listening.
Some of them.
Let us know what you think at Amateur PDC on Twitter and Instagram. You can comment on YouTube, subscribe there as well, follow on Spotify, and as usual, we post every single day. So keep coming back for the daily content. We will see you tomorrow.